beautiful souls. My downloads have been on fire today, and I could probably make a series out of it, but I'm being pushed really hard right now to talk about authenticity. It's something that I think we all drive to do ultimately at the end of the day, but there seems to be a dramatic, persuasive, push for this right now. Kind of like challenging everybody to step into their authenticity, right? All right. What drives you to do the things you do? And if you're like the majority of people, we do things because we want to be liked, of social influence, social acceptance. Do you know that when you get, this is the message, this is what they're just hounding at me right now. You get an intuitive push to do something and your whole soul lights up and you get excited and then you stop yourself. You stop yourself because of conditioning from other people. That means this is where I really wish they would let me just go into this other aspect I want to, because they're just like, no, just get to the point. So the point is that if you have an intuitive push right now, you should go follow it. You gotta treat it like you have no other option. Holy shit, guys, you guys. Can I explain why? I guess it doesn't. If you have an intuitive push and your whole body lights up, you gotta treat it like there's no other option. We've been programmed in this world where there's only so many options that we get to think about previous data that will control our future outcome. But by that, we limit ourselves and we stop. Do you know that the moment you begin to speak your truth, either people have heard it before and they disregard it, or else you sound so bonkers that people might disregard you anyway? But if you resonate within that truth, you find your tribe. A cognitive awareness, a cognitive soul level awareness, where law of attraction really begins to flow in. Somebody is being pushed to do something. Your soul is lighting up and telling you to go do it. And if you're second guessing yourself, this is your message. Don't put it on the back burner. It is time to take action. And let me give you a few distinct things, all right? The moment you start to think about the possibilities or different options, or you start second guessing, that is everything but the conscious. That is influences, that's in different past data. Those are past experiences, and none of them equal truth. They just don't. They are experiences, but if they are hindering you from moving forward and doing what you've been asked to come to do, those are fears. Every day we should be making the choices of what lights our soul on fire. And we feel that in our soul. We feel it light up within our body. The moment we begin to put it up here, we second guess it. Even when we put it, we go here, and this is going to be a completely new series for that. When we base it off emotion, that can hinder us too. We are hindered often because we begin to simply think about it. That's really what it is. We live in fear and we want to be liked, and therefore we hinder what we are being called forward to do. Now, I'm going to use this as an example, but it's going to correlate exactly with what I'm referring to. I come forward and I say I am clairaudient and an intuitive empath, clairvoyant, have a massive amount of psychic experiences and skills. Well, people correlate that, and there's a lot of people that will disgrace me. They associate it's a lack of understanding and off past previous history. May associate even with witches or devil work or whatever. Is a lack of understanding or fully understanding. And sometimes even just terminology. Terminology makes a huge difference, right? But regardless, at the end of the day, I get messages from spirit. Now, for me to deny that would be to deny everything that I am. If it wasn't for my guidance, through my downloads, through the inspiration and the trust and faith, I wouldn't be where I am today and where I'm headed in that faith. And I say that humbly because the truth of the matter is that every single one of you have this capability. And it starts by the consciousness of which you are. We are nothing more than energy with a consciousness, aka we're souls manifested into these miraculous bodies. Once you begin to recognize this, understand this, a world of magic is within your hands. And if you're wondering how to begin to, begin it, sometimes it has to start off with like the simplest little things. And we can start that with intuition. That's the things that our soul talks to us about. Recognizing that our soul has a broader perspective than this narrow cognitive mind, cognition of our mind, is what really helps the widening. So if you can begin to follow your intuition, those pulls, you actually begin to awaken your own psychic abilities. But it's having faith and stepping into it. And sometimes it's really simple as having the nudge, like, hey, you should go outside. Well, you go, and trusting that, just having faith in that. Walk outside. Even if there's nothing miraculous that happens immediately, you begin working and conditioning that muscle of faith and following what your soul's guiding you to do. And then starting to look for the synchronicities, or you begin to look for the signs, and they're all around you. But this is how you begin to practice that. Now, all that being said, to follow your authenticity, the thing that you have been called to do is going to require you to trust that in full faith. And somebody, this is messages for somebody or somebody's to come out and do that. There's a hindrance, however, in fear of what people might say or think. Somebody's being pushed to live their authentic life. And the way you're going to start doing that is by following your intuition and those psychic abilities that we've all been blessed with. And it's a matter of exercising it and trusting it and having faith. And that's basically the message. Oh, wow, okay. Now if I could just put that all together without being all scatty, right? Anyway, much love, guys. Good luck.